Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is E6. Yesterday, last episode, we were tracking down Isha somewhere in this forest. Because she left the village after seeing us. And to be honest, she looked quite scared. Probably because I'm not one of her tribe. So I went after her and we had 3 ways we could go. This is the first one we took, and of course we saw a save point and some stairs up there, so that's where we called it last time. The thing I did between this episode and the last one is I went back to the village and I bought the hard leather armor from the salesman cabin. Really nice chap. Decent prices, because I could easily afford it with the 100 bucks we got from defeating the enemies. And on the way back, I got almost the entirety of the money back again. So, if there is a boss up there, we are more than prepared for it. So, let's go check it out. Ooh, that sudden camera going front really felt like something was coming. Okay, so there's no boss here. But it does feel like there will be something here eventually. Because a mural in the background does seem significant. But it could also just be the beautiful graphics this game has. Alright, let's go back. And I also remembered that we had seen a chest over in the forest that we haven't grabbed yet. So I think I know where it is. I saw it on my way back here, so let's check it out as well. So here it is, just around the corner. Oh, let's defeat these ones so we can look very comfortably. And last time I just walked past it, but knowing there has to be something here, I look very close and now you see like indentation. We can just walk through it. And there it is, the chest. Obtained honey. I think this is officially our first chest in the game. And I love me some honey. Also, in the 3rd slot we have like an item. We can change it to Shadownet or honey. Honey we also got from the enemies here. You know, the flying beast wasp or whatever it is. So yeah, it's a really good healing item. I put the slot on the first one, the 20 HP, because our HP is rather low still. So I think this will be suffice if we need some healing. And it looks like if we press the Y button on the controller, we'll use that item we have in that item slot. So any other items we can probably not use during combat. If you go to the menu, we have to equip it and press that corresponding button. Alright, so here's the other way we could go. And the 3rd one is back at the village to go directly to the other side. So since you're already here, I want to check out this side. And I know Isha might be a little bit of a trouble, but come on, it's an RPG. They will not progress until we are there. I hope. What the hell? A bomber? That drops actual enemies? Wow. And you can't hit them when they're still in the air, okay? They have a lot of HP, so let's avoid it for now, unless it's absolutely necessary. I will probably defeat some on the way back, but I think for now... Okay, that was a nice increase, 2 damage extra for 1 level up. That's good. Oh, that's nice. A new tactic to defeat the poisonous plants. Ooh, it's Ord. Let's see what he has to say to us. Ah, you must be Adol. I've heard so much about you from the chief. My name is Uval. I'm a warrior and hunter. Washing up the way you did must have been a terrible ordeal. And while it pains me to say this, you have my sympathy. The unfortunate truth for you is that those who end up here are stranded on the Canaan Isles forever. I understand that is not what you would like to hear, but it's best that you face it and adjust to your new lifestyle here. Yeah, that's a bit sudden. I just woke up this morning on this island. And now you're telling me I can never go anywhere? He doesn't know who I am, is it? I'm Adol the Adventurer. We can get off any island if we wanted to. I see you're back on your feet. You were crafted much more swiftly than I expected. Though you're still nothing more than a powerless Arisian, you must have undergone some manner of training. Adol thanked the chief for allowing him to rest at the village. As I've said once before, you have no reason to thank me. Ola was the one who founded and treated you. While others may have assisted, I kept my distance. As far as I'm concerned, you are an unwanted guest who should leave the moment you're able. Unfortunately, with the bridge in its current state, that island you see is called Canaan Island. It is roughly twice the size of this one, and on its eastern shore is a stone town built by the Arisians. You will be able to meet more of your tailless brethren there. But for now, you remain stranded here. As you can see, the bridge is currently impossible to cross. This is not occurring naturally. The rope shows clear sign of being burned. What's more, during the confusion caused by the bridge collapse, some very important to us vanished from the village. Who? This was nearly a month ago. Naturally, we rather have no reason to do such a thing, which leaves only the Arisians as potential culprits. Yeah, this is how you can get a war between two different tribes. You accuse them of something because you believe that you yourself are not capable of doing bad things. I wouldn't hold my breath just yet. I doubt that you have any connections to this, considering that you washed ashore a mere 3 days ago. But surely even you can understand why your presence in the village makes the villagers wary. Can you not? I do. Chief Ord has been unusually irritable lately. Mostly like it's been because he's worried for his son on the other side of the bridge. Ah, so the important person that got lost, or in his eyes, captured, was his son. Well, let me throw something in there, another theory. What if his son wasn't captured, but he wanted off this island to find something else, an adventure of his own? Maybe he's the one that burned the bridge. I know Ort will never believe it, but I think that's a good theory, isn't it? Alright, let's go back to the village entrance and go the other way. Still so much to explore. Alright, almost back at the village. Let's reload our HP and then continue on. I might as well give it a save. If you got business with Ola, she left for the Fountain of Prayer earlier. Fair warning though, it's technically holy ground, so try not to let Chief Ord find out you were there. The fountain is located far east of here. Okay, so Ola is done with her prayer and she went to the first location we went to. I'm gonna check out the other side first before we go there. About dangerous places. I advise you to stay well away from the northwest part of the woods. The wild beasts there are a fair bit tougher than anywhere else in the area. There's a barricade up, but I'm sure you could just jump over if you wanted to. Wouldn't recommend it though. You see that glowing monument over there? That's called a spirit monument. There's loads of them scattered across the Canaan Isles. They've been there since ancient times, and you can probably receive Elma's blessing just by touching one. It might be worth a try if you find yourself feeling worn out. Right, don't ask for any further advice. Now stop talking. Okay, let's check out the other side. I just want to see if we can get to the beach. But seeing as the story is progressing from us talking to Ord, and now we need to go to the Fountain of Prayer, I don't know if we need to find Isha, story-wise. It's just something that I want to do myself. Okay, another two-way, and northern is probably where the barricade is. Let's go south first. The moon says sure. Oh, it's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Yes, and this is where I landed on the island. You would think... Ooh, wait, the chest? Maybe later on we can swim. A path leads farther on the water, but it's too deep to cross. Yeah, we need some kind of adventuring item. Like a bubble grass that let us breathe underwater or something like that. Okay, so let's check out Northern Woods. We will go towards the barrier, but we won't go past it just yet. Not unless we have a reason to. Because stronger enemies would be very nice for our level and our money. But let's be honest, I don't think it's absolutely necessary just yet. Alright, grab up the flowers. Obtained a herb. So what's a herb actually doing? Even more HP to recover. Beautiful. Let's see how far the barrier actually is. Very close. Alright, so technically we could go past it, just like he said. We won't. Okay, I guess there's nothing else for us to do than to go on to the Fountain of Prayer. Yeah, it's just a little ways away. I got slightly poisoned along the way, and it doesn't seem the poison will go away by itself. So that's a really good lesson learned. And let's have a quick save again. But like I said, it does feel like that area is like a boss area, so I want to be really careful. There you are, Adol. I hadn't expected you. Would wander this far into the forest, but I wanted to make sure. I didn't see you in the village, so I thought you might be lost. It looks like I did all the worrying for nothing. This area is called the Fountain of Prayer. It's a holy place to us Reda. Legends state that the water here is imbued with the breath of Alma, so we use it for both rituals and healing. I used it to purify your wounds as well. And by the way, did you happen to see Isha on your way here? I couldn't find her anywhere in the village either. Adol explained that Isha ran off from him near the entrance of the village. She did? Oh, I hope you'll forgive her. She really is a sweet girl, but she's twice as shy. Even I must admit that she's been behaving stranger than usual though. I wonder if she's keeping something from me. Oh, look at me going on and on. I shouldn't be boring you with this. I'd like to take a look at a few more places she might have gone before returning home. I try and take it easy, alright? Your wounds have only just healed, so I don't want you to overexert yourself. I have no problem overexerting myself. Because as an adventurer, you need to have some stamina. Okay, but again, nothing, let's say, aggressive there. It might be wise to check out the bridge, so that's why I went here. Looks like Ord has gone back to the village. 2 years ago, the chief's son fell ill with an endemic disease brought here by the Resians. We knew of no cure for this disease and feared the worst. In the end, we were fortunate. An elderly Arisian gentleman from Canaan Island who knew the cure treated him. Okay, so it's a little bit like what happened when we went and invaded the Indians. We brought our own diseases with them, and because they are not known with that disease, they were afflicted with it and get very badly sick of it. But in the end, it went pretty much okay. Even though it's really bad getting sickness from a source you're not familiar with, the Resians did try to help them. So, it shouldn't be a bad thing, right? So why is there so much bad blood? Well, it could be that there is still some bad blood between Ord and the Resians because his son got ill. Or something else happened that we haven't heard about yet. We gotta keep our mind open on this one. My daddy's really nice. And he's really strong too. As strong as the warriors in the village. He even beat up one of those really scary wandering clammy teeth. Whatever that means. Alright, Kevin, do you have something else for us? No. It's sold out. So I can assume with this that 9 is the maximum items we can carry. So maybe we're gonna sell like a couple of them? Just for the extra cash, because no matter what game you're playing, a little bit of extra cash goes a long way. Mommy says she used to cook with Daddy a long time ago, but I'd never met him before. Maybe her father is an Eurasian. Ola grew up to become a fine young lady. I wasn't sure what to think when she first took on her role as priestess. But looking at her now, she reminds me so much of her mother. Ola's incredible. She can play the flute really well. She's mastered the bow and arrow. And to top it all off, despite her age, she's perfectly fulfilling her duties as a priestess. I'm going to need to work a lot harder if I want to be like her. The monsters we call wandering calamities appear on this isle once every several decades. From where, we do not know, but every time one appears, many redundant warriors give their lives to defeat it. Training to defeat it is our primary focus on the warriors of this village. Yeah, and it does seem that everyone in the village now has updated text, so I am definitely gonna check them. I hear that the Eurasians built their settlement out of stone. The thought fascinates me, but I find myself less impressed by the idea that the stone came from historic ruins. If not for that, I would look on them much more fondly. Yeah. Well, it's a thing humans do. We go to other cultures and destroy everything they hold dear. I might be too young to help Mom and Dad with their work, but I can still do my part in other ways. I just wish Ryuk wasn't so much of a handful. All he wants to do is go out and play. Well, he is a little kid though. Yeah, just finished helping her collect a bunch of seashells. Can I take a break now? Yeah, this island sure right smack dab in the middle of the Great Vortex. Sure get a cancer with stuff washing up here. Sometimes we even get people washing up here. The way you did. Anyway, sure will I find this junk, but we get real cool stuff once in a while too. I made a little hobby out of collecting them all. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take over that hobby of yours, because I like to collect stuff as well. Honestly, there's no way you can call this a hobby. All he does is get drunk and fish around for junk. And we should take a look around. The house is full of it. Can't wait for him to get over this little hobby of his. Well, they don't want to say. One person's garbage is the other one's treasure. All of the Redden in this village live in accordance to the rule and teachings of Alma. When the time comes, each and every one of our children will have their role to fulfill here. We live an orderly, peaceful life. Unlike you degenerates. She really doesn't like Eurasians. Ola's always kind and cheerful to everyone. You can't help but look up to her. But sometimes she acts like something got her down. Like she lost in thought. It's not just me, right? Eurasians don't sew patterns in their clothes to ward off evil the way we do, right? How do you get the spirit's protection then? We don't. It's that superstition. Hey you sure seem to be spending a lot of time with Ola these days. She's a priestess, which means she got a lot of very important roles to fulfill for our village. None of which include you. Don't you be getting in her way, you. Now you hear me? A lot of time. I've been here for 3 days. No matter what I do, it will not be for a long time. Canaan Island, where the Eurasians live, is abundant with ancient ruins. It is said that our ancestors built them to worship Alma. Yet, The region destroyed them little by little, using the very same stone to build their own towns. How truly disgraceful. Okay, so that's probably where the resentment is coming from. Because regions are destroying his culture. Yeah, that's definitely something to be pissed about. Okay. So we checked the village. We found Ola at the shrine. Well, the fountain of prayer. And no one else at the bridge. So where did she go? I think we got more than enough time to check the beach. And I think next time, I think we're gonna jump the fence. Because if we can't find anything here, then we'll need to look further away. And I know with games like these, they usually put up a natural barrier so we can progress further. Usually you need some kind of tool to get further ahead like that. Jumping is a very low barrier in that regard. So we can check it now, we will check it now. Unless we can find a scene on the beach now. Oh. Do you need something? Adol explained to Isha that Ola was looking for her. She is? Okay. I'll go and find her then. We should have said, go back to town, she'll meet you there, cause they're running back and forth all over the place. It makes it really hard for us to track her down. Alright, so we definitely found her, so let's go back to the village. Even if just for a little bit. And don't worry, I'm pretty sure we're gonna explore the area behind the barrier next time. Because I'm probably just as curious as you guys are. I don't know what you're gonna do with Ryuk. He just took off, saying he didn't want to help with the cleanup. I wonder where he ran off to. So children running off is something that's normal here, is it? Isha never wants to play with anyone. She's always going away somewhere. I did it again. I ended up breaking a glazed vase of ours while I was cleaning. A family heirloom at that. My husband can't work on his pottery right now either. It's all my fault. Yeah, and all these changing texts are really interesting because it gives us more insight on the village life. But it is something we need to take really good care of. Some time ago, regions lived in harmony with us on this island. We Reddens always strive to live as one with the forest and sea, with the will of Alba to guide us. The regions, on the other hand, began to destroy and use the environment for their own gain. Nothing has been the same since that man washed up here 10 years ago. Ooh, interesting. Some specific person was the cause of all this. On these islands, you can find a beautiful transparent ore called amyl. It's used to make all manners of accessories, but because it's stronger than any metal, it's just as often used to make the weapons used by the warriors here. The only drawback is that processing it requires very precise skills. These days, we only have one person who possesses those skills. Yes, and who is that? Because I collected 19, because I think that's ammo. So, can I make weapons with that? So I don't buy them with money, I create them. Eurasians make alcohol too, don't they? I want to try some of the stuff they brew someday. Maybe I should ask Ardu next time I see him. Our Ryuk absolutely hates helping out around the house. I wish he'd be a bit more like his sister. He'll need to do some growing up one of these days. He's going to be a fisherman like his father. Doesn't that smell good? The food we're making is for everyone in the village to share. We're all family here, so we need to share what we've got. I bet you didn't know that. Rita cuisine is blessed by the spirits and prepared with respect for the forest and sea alike. Every day, Toxa brings us the sea's blessing, while the warriors bring us the forest blessings. Yeah, so the forest blessings is probably the food, drink and resources they use up. Because they live together in nature. Unlike us Arisians do. Youngsters these days. Every day, more and more of our young ones are being influenced by those slovenly Arisians. We rather should live as one, united by the protection of the spirits. Despite their teachings, some Reda have even left their village to try and live on their own. Ah, so when we get to the other island, Canal Isle, maybe when we get to the human village, the Arisian village, maybe we see Redans there as well. We Reda believe that whenever we receive the blessing of the forest or sea, we should give thanks to the spirits. For example, we use tree bark to make clothes, but we never strip all the bark off one tree. If we took it all, the tree would die and the spirits would be really angry with us. Yeah, some of us live in the Arisian village on Canal Island too. Just like I said. People say it's all made out of stone. I'd like to go there one day myself if I can. But grandmother would never let me hear the end of it if she heard me say that. 100%. Givort and Kuval are way too soft if you ask me. They know as well as anyone what you Arisians did on Canal Island. I'll never forgive your kind. Never! Ah. He definitely doesn't like my kind. You appear to be spending much of your time wandering around the island. Consider how much you stand out. I find hard to believe that you will be plotting something. But I would advise you not to try anything that may upset or alarm the villagers. Okay, I've been wandering around a little bit. Come on. I had to figure out where I needed to be. Okay, so she did not went back to the village. I have to say, these two girls, they're a handful. But yeah. Oh wait. Ryuk, there you are. Yeah, you stand out way too much. So go hang out somewhere else. My sister will find me if you're here. Oh yeah, because I'm gonna tell her. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Here! He's here! Oh, I can't read him out. Oh, that's too bad. Okay, so next time we're gonna go one more time to the bridge, one more time to the Fountain of Prayer. If we don't see them there, we're gonna go over the barrier and check out what we can find in that area. Hopefully, better monsters, better loot, and maybe even a boss. But that's gonna be next time. Until then, I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you like this video, don't forget to press that button. It means the world to me. See you then. Bye bye.